world of television in this very difficult landscape right now, it's hard to define exactly who's got talent. When you look at the great shows of yesteryear, those big TV specials, say from Mitzi Gaynor, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, Perry Como, they were all spectacular variety hours with pure talent. And, really, you could be entertained, see many different acts. Ed Sullivan was a phenomenon, wasn't he? Although I never truly understood the appeal of his, shall we say, hosting approach. He always looked like he just couldn't quite remember who he was introducing. But what a collection of amazing acts that he got on. Now, on both sides of the Atlantic over here and in America, we have Britain's Got Talent and America's Got Talent. And this, of course, is a production from the stable of Psycho, Simon Cowell, one of my former people that I worked with many years ago, long before he became Simon Cowell, I might point out. Fascinating stuff, as I'm sure you'll agree. Now, what's interesting here is over here in the United Kingdom, there's a big fight broken out, or not necessarily with the contestants as ever. It's never about them. It's always about the judges. Two judges over here, Amanda Holden and Alicia Dixon, are up in arms because they've decided to supply a brand new judge on the panel. That's right, the Dancing with the Stars judge, Bruno Tonoli. Now, what's interesting there is, allegedly, he's rumoured to be getting around about £850,000. It's a nice story put out by the ITV press office, and it's certainly not the money that he's getting. But of course, it reminds people that the show's now back in production and coming around looking for contestants. But now the bigger story is this, and as ever, we have to say allegedly. The two ladies in question, Amanda Holden and Alicia Dixon, are apparently refusing to sign their contracts, if only, to return back to the show. This is because they're upset as females that they're not getting the same money as Bruno. Now, what's interesting here is if you look, that would mean that with Simon's salary too, the show would be costing around about 4 million just on the front television talent. Impossible to get that sort of money back in this particular climate. But what's also interesting to note is that both Amanda and Alicia, while both stunningly beautiful girls, very nice to look at and wear wonderful frocks on the screen, to say they have individual talent themselves is a bit of a far stretch. Nobody can quite realise or remember exactly why Amanda's famous, apart from marrying many years ago a British famous comedian, Les Dennis. Alicia Dixon, a stunningly beautiful girl, but last really graced the charts around about 25 years ago as part of an act called Mystique. So again, are these the right people to be offering tips about talent and how to survive in the cutthroat world of show business? I'd say absolutely not. So you can understand Mr. Cowell's reticence in giving such huge salaries to people that basically he's putting on your TV screen for your delight, but not necessarily giving the actual contestants, the likes, of course, who want to go on and have a successful showbiz career, the right sort of advice and talent moving forward, the sort of choice picks of what you need to do to remain successful in this world of show business. Now, when you look at Britain's Got Talent and America's Got Talent, it's actually come up with some very successful people. For a short while, Susan Boyle, Paul Potts. But then, can you truly remember anybody else that's truly turned their career around on the back of such a talent show? As I said at the start of this video, it's normally always about the judges, the people taking part. They're the ones that the camera and the media focus on. The poor people taking part in the show, if they're lucky, may get a few seconds or minutes at best of fame, under the guidance, of course, of Amanda and Alicia. But back to the beginning of the video. Do you truly believe that anyone, including Bruno, is worth £850,000 for a 13-week stint on a TV talent show? As ever, talent costs, but is it worth it? Do let me know what you think to this particular story in the comments below. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.